All right, everybody, we are back. Things going very smoothly. Like I said, we started off this event with 43 people tonight. So, I forgot to give them the live counter. I'll be right back.
Back to the booth.
Please get paper towels.
Wipe on your pants.
Back.
Okay. JV is shaming me back to my broom closet. We are back here for Round 3 coverage of Friday Night Magic from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. Round 3 of 5 in Swiss tonight. 43 runners, the most people we've had at FNM in a long, long time. Disregard the titles as I change them. My name is Zachary Evans. I'm here by myself tonight, so it's going to take a little bit of time for me to sort everything out. Round 3, we have 2-0 players for you. On the left, let's start there. You know him well. He played round 6 last week under the feature match. He was featured in our... he was the observing bystander in the low light of the week last week that you can go and see on our Facebook page. Pretty funny interaction there. This is Scotty, Wright. He's played on the stream a million times before. He's playing a Bant controlled list. This is the Reid Dukes deck from the most recent Grand Prix Charleston. On the left, he's playing Nick Cooper, who it's good to see. He's usually out of town for college. He's back in visiting for the holidays, and he is playing green-white humans. So should be a classic matchup here of aggro versus control. We'll see whether or not Scotty's blue-white splash green deck can overcome the onslaught from Nick's green-white aggro humans deck. So I want to thank everyone again for watching. When I was mentioning earlier, before I had to step out, this is the first week that we've done numbered tables. Usually it's just kind of the Wild West out there, and everyone can sit wherever they want to. But given the number of people that we have playing the last few weeks, last week 40, this week 43, a new record for the store, at least in recent years. We have decided to go with numbered tables, so everyone knows. Everyone has pre-assigned seats, so it's making things making it a lot smoother for things, as everyone knows where they can go. Multiple pairings posted around the shop. Makes it easy for me too, as I can just go out and scout the top tables. So it looks like Scotty's going to 6, and Nick is keeping his 7. As I send out the tweet indicating what the matchup is for this round. If you want to get updates every round of our FNM stream, just follow me at ZachSellsMagic on Twitter. Send out a notification every time a new round starts to let you know what the matchup is. So if you can't check all of them, you can at least see the ones you're interested in. But we all know you should be watching the whole darn thing anyway. What else we got going on? Bear with me just briefly here as we see Scotty Mulligan. Looks like he needs to go to 5. This one could be quick. I apologize for the break in the action there, but I was sending out the giveaway tweet for this week's Twitter giveaway. If you want to get in on that action, even if you're not watching currently and you're watching on YouTube after the fact, that's the wrong splash screen. How about this one? If you want to win a play set of rock, paper, scissors cards, just like we used to start all of our feature matches, simply go to Twitter, follow me at ZachSellsMagic, and retweet for your chance to win. Make sure you follow me as well, and retweet for your chance to win. Not only can you win some cool free cards, but it helps spread the word about our humble video broadcast, so we would appreciate that word of mouth. And thanks to a suggestion from one of our faithful viewers in the chat, this week all giveaway participants will also be winning a copy of Avacyn's Pilgrim, autographed by Adam Vickers. So I don't know if you don't know who Adam Vickers is, you need to go back and watch the archives. If you know who Adam Vickers is, I can only assume that you're all piling away from the stream right now to go to Twitter and enter for your chance to win that delicious goodie. So, we see a turn 2 gather, followed by a turn 3 Mayor of Averbrook. The beat starting early from Nick. That's the way he drew it up. Only one champion of the parish away from the nut draw so far. No play from Scotty means we have a flip from the Mayor that actually helps him because it eliminates the pump effect, but he will start churning out tokens here. So Silverblade Paladin comes down, be pairing it with one of the tokens, and now he's going to pound in with the flipped Mayor and the tokens. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, takes 6 total, dropping him down to 10. Scotty going to think twice. And again, I apologize for the glare that we're seeing down at the lower portion of the screen. We will try to sort that out by next week. Playing an untapped land means Supreme Verdict usually, and that's in fact what it is, clearing the board, helping Scotty rebuild, or at least stabilize, I should say. So no follow-up play from Nick, so he is potentially out of gas here, as we see a Jace Architect of Thought come down, and immediately goes up. Scotty choosing to use him, searching for the ultimate, or at least trying to get him out of attack range. We see a Champion of the Parish come down off a Cavern of Souls naming humans, possibly slightly too late, but an activation from Gavany Township makes the champion into a 2-2. Jay sitting now on 6 counters. Not sure what the second cavern is naming. Likely human as well. We're going to see a Think Twice flashed back, leaving white open in case he draws a Terminus, which I'm sure he's playing as well. And Nick still has mana up to... Oh, he was flashing back the Think Twice also in response to Thalia, so it costs only 3. I'm not sure exactly what he's thinking about, or maybe Nick is thinking about what he wants to do. Looks like he might go ahead and activate. Nope. He's going to attack. Yeah, he is going to attack and pump, making his champion of 4/4, knocking Jace down to 3 prior to this activation. Scotty thinking about it. Doing some math quickly to try and figure out what his best line of attack is here. So no play from Scotty. I see a Terminus in his hand, but he's stuck on lands. I see a Dissipate and a Restoration Angel. He's likely going to resto in and block the Thalia, I would imagine. But it will kill. The Restoration Angel will still be killed. Thalia being a 3/2 now. We'll go up to 4/2 first strike with a Township activation. So no way of saving this Angel. Scotty just desperately trying to survive until he can get to 6 mana and Terminus the board away. Not sure exactly why we're Selesnya Charming there, except it does give it trample. Not sure exactly what's going on there. I apologize because I didn't catch all of that, but he was using the pump and trample mode on Selesnya Charm. Scotty going to mini factor fiction here to try to find an answer. Oh, and he did find one. Obviously, which way this is getting chopped. Supreme Verdict will be the answer. I'm not sure what we're thinking about here. Scotty can't cast that Farseek. He can't cast the Thragtusk, and if he doesn't cast the Verdict, he'll just die. So, much ado about nothing there, it seems. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to figure out, if there's another way. I guess he's trying to figure out if he can buy another turn or something. I guess he is. I think he dies to gather the townsfolk here. 4, 5, 6, 7 on board. Goes up to 9 with a township activation. Any human. And Scotty loses. So as he's playing it right now with the elixir activation, he will go up to 10 life. And as it stands on board, go down to 3 after attacks. Interesting line of play from Scotty there. Four, 5, 6, 7. He's facing down 7. Silverblade, a Fiend Hunter, not targeting anything. Will pump his champion. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And the Selesnya Charm makes it 10. That will kill Scotty. I don't think he has a response. He has to think twice that he can't cast. Oh, he couldn't have cast the Supreme Verdict. I apologize. That's my mistake. Thalia on board means he needed the 5th land. So I am the idiot there. Not surprising. I should imagine. I never claimed to be good at this game. I simply claimed to have a webcam and the desire to sit in this broom closet and talk to you guys about Magic. I mentioned it before. I'm just going to mention it again because I've just made the tweet. If you want to win your own playset of rock, paper, scissors cards and start your games like we start every feature match with a delightful game of rock, paper, scissors, then just head over to Twitter, follow me at ZachSellsMagic, and retweet the giveaway tweet that I just made at about 8:45 on Friday, November, I believe this is the 26th, 23rd, I apologize. So look for that tweet. You need to be following me, and you need to retweet that for a chance to win. You'll be entered into a drawing next week, which we will draw at the end of every round 2. At the end of every round 3, we give away additional promo cards as provided by the lovely folks here at Lost Legion Games and Comics from their prize support box. We've given away Restoration Angels in the past. This week we're giving away Cathedral of War. 2 copies this week. We'll be drawing for that here at the end of round 3. Too late to get in for this week's giveaway, but we'll be doing another one next week. So make sure to go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. For more information, if you go to ZachSellsMagic.com, you'll get there too. So, Nick Cooper and his Green-White Humans deck takes game 1 of this duel. An aggressive start, followed by some untimely Mana Screw from Scotty, and a timely Thalia from Nick, sealing up that deal. Very frustrating to lose with a Supreme Verdict in your hand, and no way of being able to cast it. So thanks again to everyone who's checking out. Thanks to everyone who's checking us out and watching tonight. 75 people logging into this Thanksgiving edition of our FNM stream, so we appreciate your loyal viewership. If you have any comments, feel free to make them in the chat when we go back to the studio cam at the end of the round for some delightful Magic discussion with myself and whoever ends their round early and decides to come in. Feel free to ask any questions you might have. There's nothing I love more than interacting with the people who watch the stream. It's quite entertaining to me. That's the reason why I do it, so feel free to chat. If you're watching after the fact, feel free to leave messages on the, or leave comments on the YouTube page, as well as check out our Facebook page. Comments and discuss things there. We've had some lively discussions this week. We've had a deck tech with one of our faithful viewers. He has a blue-red storm deck for standard, centering around Burn at the Stake, which seems like a very fun way to win a game of Magic. We've been discussing that on there. We've also been talking about some potential spoilers that have come out for new cards from Gatecrash, looking at the promo card for next month at FNM, which is Gataxian Probe, as well as just general comments about events here at the store. Black Friday deals that have gone on and things like that. So if you enjoy Magic content, make sure you go to facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Like the page. Add me as a friend if you feel so inclined. Some good Magic content. As someone who consumes a lot of Magic content, I recommend it wholeheartedly. Obviously, I'm super biased, but deal with it. Just deal with it. So here we see a turn 2 Thalia from Nick. The best thing he can do on 2 against the control deck. Significant. It's effectively a land destruction spell. A Thalia on 2 is. And a Thalia with a Rancor on it becomes almost impossible to remove in combat. Scotty's taken 4. He's going to need to go up to 5 to cast his Supreme Verdict, up to 7 to cast his Terminus. We see the front half of a Think Twice, Think Once as I like to call it. Digging for lands, digging for answers. Tapped Temple Garden, conserving his life total there. Pithing Needle coming down. Not sure what he named. I'm not sure what he named. I'm going to find out. Hold on. Scotty, what'd you name? Got it. Gavany Township is what that Pithing Needle names. Seems pretty obvious once he told me, but again, I am an idiot. Seems pretty good. What also seems good is a double Rancored Thalia. Knocking Scotty down to 10. If he does have a 5th land, he can Supreme Verdict here, and he does in fact have that exact combination. And he's going to follow it up, it looks like, with a Sigarda, which should be very difficult for Nick to answer. Planes off the top for Nick. 2 Rancors in hand. Not sure. Might have thought about not playing that Absence Pilgrim, so he had something to Rancor, but he does have Silverblade Paladin, which is going to take both of those. And if he can come up with another creature next turn, the double striking, double Rancor and Silverblade Paladin will win this game. Looks like Scotty might have to 1-for-1 the Paladin with Supreme Verdict. I think that's what he's going to do. That's what I would do. I do see another copy of Verdict in his hand. Seems fine to me. Looks like that's the way he's going. 1-for-1 is fine when the one you kill is going to knock you out of the game. Yeah, some discussions about Pithing Needle's wording. It does eliminate activated abilities and not mana-producing abilities. So he can target the Gavany Township. He won't be able to use it to buff his creatures, but he will be able to use it for mana. As far as I understand right now, there are no cards in Standard that would prevent a land from tapping for mana. Very few cards in History of Magic that would do that, but certainly not any in Standard, as that is a very unfun way to interact with your opponent. And again, just to reiterate, Pithing Needle naming Gavany Township. So we see Nick choosing to pass there, letting his Mayor of Averbrook flip. So now he has a 3/3 Intimidate with the ability to make wolf tokens. I would bring that up on the card viewer. Unfortunately, though, the back halves of the flip cards do not come up in the card viewer. It's only the front halves, so it wouldn't do us any good. Up to 80 people in the stream, and we appreciate you checking us out. Think Once finds the second copy of Sphinx's Revelation and a Sigarda. Surely Sigarda's coming down here. Gives Scotty a 4-turn clock. Nick not going to be able to interact with the Sigarda in any reasonable way, I think. He's going to choose instead just to gain 2 and draw 2 off of 1 Sphinx's Revelation. I guess looking for a land to try and help him cast an even bigger Sphinx's Revelation in the upcoming turn. I apologize once again. I'm very bad at this game. That's why Scotty is playing and I'm sitting in a broom closet talking about wizard fights. Casts 2 spells so that he can flip the mayor back. We see 2 champions come down, the second one obviously buffing the first. both of them getting buffed by the now flipped mare. Question in the chat about why he didn't cast Sigarda there. I'm not sure. I think it's too... There's a fork in the road there in terms of what play line you want to take. I'm not sure which one I would have done. See Thragtusk trading with the mare in combat. Nick has to find a way of getting through both halves of it, so willing to sacrifice the mare on the front. I think we're going to think once here. Well, pump fake. He could just tap out and draw 6 cards with the Sphinx's Revelation. Nick is hellbent here, and he cannot activate either of his Gavinies. Could not see what he'd ripped off the top. Doesn't want to attack into the beast. Scotty with a brutal Sphinx's Revelation. Now back up to 23 life. Drawing 6 cards in the process, and we see a bunch of goodies drawn. We see a Jace, Architect of Thought. We see another Thragtusk. We see a Farseek as if mana was an issue to pair with the Sigarda he's had in his hand the whole time. Looks like another Thragtusk going to be coming down here. Nope, and a Farseek. I hate to use jargon. It is a pet peeve of mine, but it looks like Scotty is intent on dirtling around as much as possible. Leaves him with 7 mana untapped. I think he's going to Farseek again. And we're going to see probably the Thragtusk come down. Or, alternatively, the Sigarda if he wants to start swinging in. I think I would play the Sigarda here. And start presenting a clock. Like I said, no card in Nick's deck that I can think of right off the top of my head that can deal with Sigarda. Cannot Fiend Hunter it. He is not playing clone effects. But Scotty disagrees. He is going with another Thragtusk. Oh, I apologize for not having the round time up. I'm just going to guesstimate and assume that there's 25 minutes left. The next time JB announces it, I will append that. Like I said, I am flying solo in here today, and my production value is suffering because of it. So Nick electing to take 5, trading one of his, trading his Rancored Champion of the Parish without the counter on it for the front half of the, taking 3 rather, I should say, for the front half of that Thragtusk. And Jace Architect of Thought comes down and goes up. Nick is in a world of hurt at this point. Most of his, I can't really think of any of his creatures that have evasion. He probably is playing his own copy of Sigarda, which would probably be good at this point. Another Rancor on a Champion of the Parish. Another Rancor on a Champion of the Parish. He's going to think twice in response to the second one. Draws another Jace. So that champion is now a 2/2 base with 3 Rancors on it. So it is an 8/2 Trampler. The biggest Champion of the Parish we'll see on camera tonight. The Scotty, an abundance of riches, every land possible, playing my favorite art of planes in the history of Magic, the middle art from the Ice Age plane set. He's going to de-sphere Rancors and 3 for 1 Nick, and pound in for 6 with his army of beast tokens. Looking much better for Scotty in this game than in game 1. Feast, or not Feast, but Mini Factor Fiction activation off of Jace. Restoration Angel gets sent to the bottom. Scotty's going to take the Terminus and the land. I like that split from Nick. He doesn't care if the Terminus goes off. He only has a 2/2 bear facing down 6 power dudes. Silverblade Paladin off the top for Nick. I'm not sure what his other card is. It's very unlikely that it's relevant. Paired with the Paladin, pumping the champion. Champion of the Parish swings in for 6 potential, but we're flashing back, I think, twice. Did not find a Terminus, but we did find an Azorius Charm. Seems like the play. Putting him back on top. And Nick's seen enough. Very unlikely that he could dig out of that with the board presence that Scotty had. Turns out, drawing 8 extra cards throughout the game via 2 Sphinx's Revelation, pretty good. There's a reason why that card's worth $20 now, because it is very good. There's a question in the chat about why Nick wasn't using his Township. That's because Scotty had Pithing Needle Township, making it illegal. Also asking if he's listening to music. He is, in fact. One of the guys from Morgantown, the WVU guys, listen to one earbud's worth of music over the course of their FNM. I'm sure it helps them to keep them focused, break the monotony. So again, not sure how much time is left in the round. When he makes an announcement, I will update it. We move to Game 3 here in this Round 3 feature match between Nick Cooper and his Green-White Humans deck and Scotty Wright's Bant control list. Game 1, pretty much what Nick had drawn up. Some early pressure, a Thalia, some Silverblade Paladins. Made quick work of a Mana Light Scotty. Game 2, much the opposite, as Scotty had abundance of resources and rode Thragtusk and Sphinx's Revelation to the victory. Now, on to Game 3. Nick on the play, obviously, going to be at a big advantage here. He has some curves that are going to be very difficult for Scotty to beat. We are getting a little bit of... it's getting rowdy out there. Like I said, we had 43 people start this event. As of the round 3 pairings, I think we were down to 42 as of round 3. Someone asking if someone is in the back crying. No, someone is what the kids would say, acting a fool. Somebody out there is doing something in a high-pitched voice. I cannot claim, nor do I wish to know exactly what they're doing. But that is the noise you hear. 43 people in this shop tonight to play Magic. There's 10 people in the back, 10 people give or take in the back playing D&D. We just saw the Warhammer guys take off. About 20 of those guys in here gaming free play today. Very productive times here at Lost Legion Games and Comics. If you are in the greater South Charleston area, if you're ever traveling on I-64, 77 or 79 and making your way through Charleston, make your way over to this shop. I apologize for getting distracted there, but we see a turn 1 champion into a turn 2 Thalia. The best start that Nick could possibly dial up. 2-mana Rancor comes in. Scotty is up against it. I apologize, I've not updated the life totals. This one could be over very quickly. Scotty's going to need to get to 5 mana. That's his verdict. He's going to need to find an Azorius Charm very quickly if he wants to stem this tide. Cavern comes down, not sure what it named, not sure that it matters. Likely naming Beast for Thragtusk or Angel for Restoration Angel. And there we see a Azorius Charm come down. That's the exact card that Scotty needs in this situation. He has the sweepers in his hand. He just has to get to the mana he needs to cast them. He's going to be able to recast the champion and recast the Rancor. But he chooses not to. Scotty dropping down to 8. so he can play a detention sphere with the tax. End of turn, Selesnya Charm, choosing the 2/2 Vigilant Knight token option. Rancor is going to come down and put Scotty to 8 at a minimum if there are no other shenanigans. A Silverbait Paladin and a 4th land will win this game for him. Scotty kind of hoping and praying that's not what's in his future. I don't see another land in Scotty's hand. See 2 Restoration Angels, a Supreme Verdict, a Snapcaster Mage. There's the Rancor. Gets in for 4, dropping Scotty to 4. We see the Champion of the Parish replayed. And there's a verdict. Like a boss. That's what the kids would say. Scotty living off the top of his deck. Looks pretty good. Still in this. Playing against a deck that does not have burn. But he is dead on board. He needs to find a 6 land for the Terminus in his hand, which he did find. Be curious to see if he's going to go with that route or if he's going to play a Restoration Angel. I would not play a Restoration Angel, obviously, because of Fiend Hunter and O-Ring are cards that can deal with that. I think you just bite the bullet here, play the Hallowed Fountain untapped, Terminus the board away. He's living dangerously. He's going to go with Snapcaster Azorius Charm, I think. I didn't realize that play until just now. And that's the plan that he opts for there. I apologize for the ambient noise. Hold on a second. I'm going to go take care of it. It's okay. Just let me know. Alright, they were not aware that we were in this room. So what did I miss? Azorius Charm was the play. Supreme Verdict comes down to eat up the follow-up Thalia. And there's those same 2 Rancors. These 2 Rancors making every threat that Nick puts on board potentially game-ending. Interesting comment in the chat, someone watching our FNM while they run their own FNM, which I think is very good. We definitely appreciate that. Feel free to shoot me your information in the on Twitter or on Facebook. It'd be fun to do a little cross-promotion there. Nevermore. Naming Supreme Verdict, it sounds like. Scotty drawing another Terminus there. Obviously not wanting to miracle it for no value. Scotty in a good spot here. Plenty of time left on the clock, it seems like. I think our clock might be a little fast. Or a little slow, I should say. Probably less than 14 minutes actually remaining, but still in a very good spot. Chase comes down, ticks up to 5. Rancor and a champion. Rancor and a champion. Think twice in response. Scotty's going to untap, Terminus the board away. He's going to dig for answers first. Dissipate, Elixir of Immortality, and Farseek. Nick wisely removing the card that will help Scotty gain some life. Scotty's going to keep the Dissipate and the Farseek. Likely going to tap out for Terminus here. That's exactly what he does. Those poor Rancors just keep getting bounced, but every dude that Nick draws off the top, potentially game winning. It looks like a Thalia. No, Gather the Townsfolk, even better than Thalia. I imagine he's going to Rancor up. I think I would Rancor the same guy twice. Probably, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a better play. Sphinx's Revelation, Pithing Needle, and Green-White Duel, Sunpetal Grove, off of the Jace activation. Scotty, a grip full of cards, trying to find a way out of this predicament, staring down lethal from 2 rank ordered, gather the townsfolk tokens. Sphinx's verdict at this point, assuming he doesn't play a land, would gain him 4 life, put him up to 8. He'd be dead to a Rancor. Or Mayor of Averbrook. People in the chat giving Scotty a little bit of grief for his incessant card shuffling. Trust me, you're not the first to notice. It's a nervous tick that many a Magic player has. So Scotty really in a thinker here. I see he has a Temple Garden in hand. Another copy of Jace. But other than that, I can't make out what he has. Sphinx's Revelation, a Restoration Angel. And is it another Supreme Verdict? Yeah, he does have another Verdict. That seems to be the play here. Verdict, play your land tapped. Pass the turn. Hope Nick draws a land off the top. Nick's drawn only spells off the top for the last 2 or 3 turns, so if he blanks 1 turn, you can get in a massive Sphinx's Revelation and probably take this game. Choices, choices, choices. So the land does come down tapped. Taps out for Sphinx's Revelation. Was not sure exactly what... maybe he didn't have a Supreme Verdict in his hand. I may be wrong there. But the end of turn Selesnya Charm from Nick makes the 10th power of the 10th point of power that he needs to pass through for a lethal attack. So we are down another round of the books, I should say. Getting hold on a second. All right. So round 3 is over. Not sure exactly how much time is left in the round. No one has jumped back in here to co-commentate. I am here by myself tonight, as I mentioned earlier. For those who are watching, there is a contingent of players going to a Star City Games Invitational qualifier tomorrow down in Roanoke, so they are all eagerly playtesting their decks tonight. So that's why I am by myself here in the booth. I'll mention it one more time. If you want to win your own play set of rock, paper, scissors cards, just like we used to start every feature match on camera, it's very simple. We give them away every week. Go to Twitter, @ZachSellsMagic is my name. Follow me. Look for the tweet I make about the giveaway announcement every Friday night during round 2. Follow me, retweet that tweet, and you're entered for a chance to win. We will draw next week for this week's drawing. And you don't have to be watching currently live. You can be watching on YouTube after the fact. You've got until next Friday's tournament starts to enter for all of our giveaways. So make sure to check that out. If you like free stuff, you can win free stuff. Seems pretty good to me. How can you get in touch with us? Here at the stream, it's very simple. Every form of social media. Our contact information is at Zach Sells Magic. YouTube, everything I've ever recorded, uploaded onto YouTube, including this is our 14th week of coverage, so 13 weeks of FNM, Star City Games Invitational Qualifier, Cube Draft, a launch party draft, lots of goodies. So check it out and subscribe there. Follow me on Twitter for general Magic quips, as well as information about our stream and giveaways. I do make a tweet every round telling you what the matchup is, to let you know if you want to check it out. Also go to facebook.com. If you don't do anything else, go to facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic, or just go to ZachSellsMagic.com and it will redirect you there. That is the best way that you can help out the stream, is spreading the love, so to speak. Like our Facebook page, then every time you like something, share something, or comment on one of our discussions that we have there, your friends see it. If they play Magic, it helps drive numbers. That's all we ask for, is a little bit of word of mouth. And finally, if you're watching on Twitch right now, make sure you follow us. Click the follow button right above the video screen on the left. They'll send you an email notification anytime our stream goes live. Obviously, we're streaming FNM every week, but we do have some impromptu events sometimes. We've thought about starting our... Come on in. Come in. Hey, bud. You want to come in here?
What's going on?
Now joined by Nick Cooper, winner of our feature match.
I'm not Nick Cooper, bro.
You're not Nick Cooper?
Nick Reid.
Why did I have Nick Reid? All right, well, I apologize. It's going to show up as Nick Cooper the whole time.
That's fine.
I apologize. You want to sit down there and talk about your deck?
Oh, yeah.
Are you live right now? Or?
I am live right now.
All you do is play creatures and turn them sideways.
Let me look at that deck list.
Yeah, boy.
Do you have a copy of, as I'm joined by a lot of people? It looks like Brandon Hodge sneaking in. Joseph Messer from the Geekdom podcast. I'm giving you plugs in there.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not trying to run you off. That was not a passive-aggressive
Oh,
thing.
no, you're fine.
So,
Later we'll talk about the game I just had. Pretty funny.
okay, we will definitely want to see that as I'm buried. Is there seats over there, gentlemen? Feel free to grab them. I apologize, Nick. I did have it say Nick Cooper every time because Nick Cooper was at the top there, and he was playing another Wright brother. You can see my confusion.
Yeah, I understand.
So I apologize for that. But Nick, just successful moves to 3-0 on the night. Pretty good situation to be in.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
You are, as I would explain to people, we can swap those. I'm not going to change it. That's Joseph. That's Nick. Or the floating torso of Nick, I should say. Nick, you go to WVU, right?
Yeah, I'm good. I got it over here.
So you're in for the holidays. I mentioned to people that contingent of college students were here, helping to push our numbers up to 43 tonight. Pretty good. So let's talk about your deck. Green-white humans deck, as you say, nothing too out of the ordinary, I would say. You play champions, you play Thalias, you play gathers, you play mares, you pound in for the win. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the interesting one-ofs that you have in here.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we saw Celestia Charm. It did kind of happen quickly there at the end, but Scotty taps out for Sphinx's Revelation, puts him up to 10. You have 6 power. You have...
Puts him up to 8.
Puts him up to 8. You have 6 power on board, plus the end of turn charm makes 8. So that's how you take him out. I thought he had a Supreme Verdict in his hand. Like, he clearly didn't, obviously, or he would have played it, I think.
I never moored the...
Oh, you never wore Supreme Verdict. I had forgotten about that. I had
Yeah.
forgotten about that. I heard you say, I mentioned it on the stream that you never moored Supreme Verdict.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I think there are about 18 different times during that game where I figured something out after the fact because I'm not very good at Magic. I think someone was giving you grief about how you weren't activating your Gavney Township, and I explained to them that was illegal, as Pithing Needle is a card.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some spicy one-ofs here. You've got 2 of this bad boy, Audric Master Tactician.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that fella.
Well, I've always been a big fan of 3/4 like hero blade holds, and I just figured if I'm playing humans, I'm gonna be playing a lot of them and just swinging in. So.
Yeah, it basically says if you resolve like a Gather the Townsfolk or something, it lets you assign blockers, but of course you assign no blockers, and you just pound in for the win. Seems good. You're also playing, I think I saw 2 copies of this guy. I don't think this guy really needs any explanation. It's just a little bit unusual to see it in your deck, considering it usually is a low land count kind of deck and more on the 3 to 4 curve. But that guy can get out of. And if you've ever lived the dream of having either Wolfear paired with another Wolfear, or a Wolfear paired with a Silverblade Paladin, it's good times. Good times. Thanksgiving Spirit. Give thanks for double striking 8/8s. You also have 1 copy of this lady, which I think is fun. I didn't realize you were running this. Angelic Overseer, flying, indestructible, and hexproof as long as you have a human.
Yeah.
And you almost always have a human. And it's also good because obviously it gets around Supreme Verdict.
Yeah.
If you have one other creature, it will survive the verdict. And then finally, 1 copy and a shiny copy of Face Shield. Seems like a good all-around counterspell It's the Brave the Elements type effect from years past. Just get the final points of damage through by giving your guy pro whatever, pro blockers,
Just
counter removal spell,
kind of,
counter anything.
yeah, I'm kind of scared of Azorius Charm.
Yeah, Scotty did some major work with you on Exorius Charm in the game 2. Both the time he cast it to allow him to build up the Supreme Verdict and then be able to snap it back. But game 3 was about the best curve you could go with turn 1 Champion, turn 2 Thalia,
Turn 3 Rancor.
turn 3 Rancor. I did like the one point you had 3 Rancors on one creature. That's always good. I have a Rafik of the Mini EDH deck, and my goal in that is always, I don't care if I win, but I always want to have at least 3 equipment on one creature.
Yeah.
3 swords usually. I like to have I like to have them pro everything, and then I can lose after that. But I feel like I've accomplished something. Well, it seems pretty good. You got your board in here?
Yeah.
You?
That's
Or-
mine. Yeah,
That's it.
Joseph is also here playing a very fun Splinter Fright deck. How are you doing tonight?
I am 1 and 2.
1 and 2. But are you having fun?
Yeah, I had a blast.
You can't not have fun milling yourself.
Exactly, but I dropped after that.
Okay. You want to sit in on commentary?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
excellent. So we'll
why
now be
I stepped
joined.
in.
We'll now be joined by Joseph for the duration, which is always good. Got up to 100 there.
Yeah, all right.
Also, an interesting fact: one gentleman mentioned that he is watching our FNM stream while he currently runs his own shop's FNM, which I think is funny. It's the equivalent of JB behind the counter running his FNM, watching our FNM.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool. Like I said, send me your information. We'll do some cross-promoting. But let's talk a little bit about your board here, because the green-white deck is pretty stock.
Oh, yeah.
You have some one-ups. There's about 4 or 5 cards you can change. Everything else is pretty obvious. But it's the sideboard where you can do a little bit of
Messing around.
So let's talk about these messing around. You're playing a Descendants Path.
Yeah.
Tell me about that bad boy.
Frank Laporte videotech a while back with Green White Humans, and he played Descendants Path, and I just poured that in against control decks. Obviously, you still have to cast them, but you can get around like a Syncopate. Because you cast them without paying the mana cost.
Right.
So.
And it's just good card advantage. I mean, it helps you. It's a game of attrition. I mean, the second game you lost not necessarily because of you just ran out of gas. You know what I mean? At some point, it doesn't matter how good the cards you have are. They have unlimited sweepers, unlimited answers to everything. So that's a fun one. Did you bring that into that game?
Yeah.
Okay, so we missed that out. We do have 2 copies of Nevermore, which we saw. Did you bring that in against Control as well?
Yeah.
Naming, I guess it's situational depending on how early it comes out.
Yeah.
Naming Supreme Verdict, Terminus. You can name Planeswalkers as well.
Yeah.
Maybe Jace would be good. You have, let's see here, 1 copy of Big Garrick.
Yeah.
Is that another control card?
Yeah.
Anti-control.
Put more in, but
It's very difficult for them to answer that.
yeah.
You have 2 copies of Rest in Peace, which are good against Joseph's deck. Also good against Legacy Dredge, if you ever get paired down against Legacy Dredge in the standard event. That's pretty self-explanatory. Do you bring those in against Snapcaster decks? No. I agree. I don't see the point in diluting your deck.
Yeah.
You just need it against Frights, because you can't beat Gristlebrand, but you can beat, Snapcastering back something.
Yeah.
This is, I forget what this is called, but it's the
Druid's.
Populate Fog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Druid's Deliverance.
So you can get some value off both sides of that, as you do have gathered tokens, and you do have Knights from Selesnya Charm, and if you have any of the Garrick tokens or whatever.
Yeah.
You're playing 2 copies of Centaur Healer. Seems pretty good in the aggressive matchup against Rakdos and things of that nature. O-Ring, control.
I just threw it
Just a
in there.
catch-all. If you're going, O-Ring is my favorite card in terms of Magic design. It's well costed. It's temporary. It's on theme. It's perfect. It's an answer to everything, but it's temporary. I love it. I love it. I said I love it twice. Ray of Revelation. What's that good against?
Spheres.
Detention Sphere decks. Yep. Also good against the Enchantment deck that we saw earlier tonight.
One here
Two.
tonight.
There is 2 Knights of Glory, pro black, I assume against zombies and things like that. And then finally 2 Riders of Gavany, which give your creatures a creature type. Those are usually coming in and naming what? Beast?
Either zombies or beast.
Zombies or beast. Get rid of Thragtusk or pound through zombies. Well, congratulations, Nick.
Thank you.
Congratulations on supporting West Virginia College of Mineral Engineering, or Mining and Mineral Resources, whatever it's called.
And WVU.
I'm a graduate of this. What are you studying?
Chemical engineering right now.
You're a better man than I, my friend. I didn't want to take any chemistry.
I love chemistry.
Well, and I liked you before you said that. I wish you. I'm going to rescind all the good luck I just wished you.
Oh, that's not nice, man.
But congratulations. Best of luck moving on to top 8.
All right, thank you.
Nick Reid. Good to see those guys from Morgantown come in because they play here. They play here all summer.
Yeah.
Well, they might not in the future because they might have summer work or whatever. But they play here all summer, and then school starts and we never see them again because they are 3 hours away. Getting their education on, which seems like a good strategy. I would employ that as well. So far, Joseph, you know that on Facebook every week I do a recap post of all the things we talk about. So far, the only thing I have written down on my note sheet,
I see that American
Horror Story, which is, I highly recommend a serial on, if you want to watch cool drama, check out American Horror Story. We don't have much time left. Do you want to draw for this week's giveaway?
Yeah, I mean.
We'll go to random.org here to find our... All right, I'm going to have to do it next round.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do it next round, so stick tuned. None of that is actual words. JB Roberts, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We're down to 40 people. We're losing them. Down to 39 people as we're losing. 41. Oh, because there's a table 0. I forgot. So we are into round 4. 2 more rounds to go in Swiss, followed by a top 8. So thanks for sticking with us. If you want to remember the Twitter giveaway we did last round, we're going to draw for the Facebook giveaway here in a second. Joseph will be joining us for commentary, so it won't just be me in here talking by myself like a complete idiot. So stick around. More nonstop Magic action to come, guaranteed.